One Punch Man begins by introducing us to a world constantly attacked by monsters, villains, and mysterious creatures. And right at the center of this world is probably the strongest hero alive. Saitama. The episode opens with a giant monster called Vaccine Man attacking a city. Buildings are destroyed, people are running for their lives, and it looks like another massive disaster is about to happen. Then Saitama arrives. Vaccine Man explains that he was created by the Earth itself to destroy humanity because humans continue polluting the planet. He transforms into an even larger and more powerful form. But before the fight can really begin, Saitama defeats him with a single punch. And instead of celebrating, Saitama looks completely disappointed. This immediately introduces the biggest problem in his life. Saitama is too strong. We then go back 3 years into the past. At the time, Saitama was just an ordinary man looking for a job. After failing another job interview, he walks through the city feeling completely hopeless. That's when he encounters a strange crab monster named Crablante. Crablante became a monster after eating too much crab and is currently searching for a young boy with a large chin. The boy apparently drew nipples on Crablante's body while he was sleeping. At first, Saitama doesn't care. He has no job, no real purpose, and feels like his life is going nowhere. Crablante notices Saitama's empty expression and decides to let him live. Later, Saitama finds the same boy Crablante is searching for. And moments later, the monster appears. Saitama initially considers walking away. This has nothing to do with him. But something suddenly changes. Saitama remembers a dream he had as a child. He always wanted to become a hero capable of defeating villains with one punch. For the first time in years, Saitama feels excited. He decides to protect the boy and fight Crablante. The problem is that Saitama has absolutely no powers. He's just a normal human. Crablante easily throws him around and nearly kills him. But Saitama refuses to give up. He grabs one of Crablante's eye stalks and uses his tie to pull it with all his strength. Eventually, Saitama defeats the monster. And from that day forward, he decides to become a hero. Saitama begins an intense training routine. 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run. Every single day. He also refuses to use air conditioning during the summer or heating during the winter. Saitama continues this training for 3 years. The training is so intense that all of his hair falls out. But in exchange, Saitama becomes unbelievably powerful. Now, almost every enemy he faces dies from a single punch. At first, this sounds like the perfect power. But for Saitama, it becomes a nightmare. He became a hero because he wanted excitement. He wanted to fight powerful enemies and feel the thrill of battle. Instead, every fight ends instantly. The episode then shows us several different battles from Saitama's life. He defeats monsters without any real effort and continues searching for an opponent who can survive more than one punch. One night, Saitama finally gets exactly what he wants. An army of underground creatures called the Subterraneans attacks the surface. Unlike every enemy Saitama has faced before, these monsters are incredibly powerful. Saitama is punched through buildings. He gets injured, and for the first time in years, he actually has to fight seriously. Instead of being afraid, Saitama is excited. He tears through the Subterraneans as more and more of them attack. His heart is racing. His emotions are returning. Finally, the Subterranean King appears. Saitama prepares himself for the greatest battle of his life. And then he wakes up. The entire battle was just a dream. Saitama is back in his apartment, completely devastated. But suddenly, the ground begins shaking. A real subterranean appears outside. Saitama becomes excited again and immediately punches the creature. Unfortunately, it dies instantly. The remaining subterraneans become terrified and surrender before Saitama can fight them. Once again, Saitama is left disappointed. And that's really the main idea behind episode 1. Saitama has already achieved his dream. He became the strongest hero. But reaching the top has left him completely empty. Most anime protagonists begin weak and spend the entire story trying to become stronger. Saitama is the complete opposite. His journey begins after he has already become unbelievably powerful. The real question isn't whether Saitama can defeat his enemies. It's whether he can find something that makes him feel alive again. Episode 1 perfectly introduces Saitama's character while also making fun of traditional superhero and anime stories. Every monster arrives with a dramatic backstory. Every villain believes they're unstoppable. Episode 2 begins right after Saitama defeats Vaccine Man. Once again, he saves the city, but just like always, no one is around to witness it. Even after defeating a monster capable of destroying an entire city, Saitama returns home as if nothing happened. Meanwhile, another threat appears. A giant monster known as Beefcake suddenly emerges after his younger brother gives him an experimental drug. The serum works a little too well, transforming Beefcake into a gigantic monster taller than skyscrapers. Every step he takes destroys buildings, and entire cities begin to panic as countless people lose their lives. The Hero Association immediately sends several heroes to stop him, but none of them stand a chance. Beefcake is simply too powerful, crushing everything in his path without even trying. At the same time, Saitama is just relaxing at home when he notices the giant causing destruction in the distance. Without any panic, he casually heads toward the scene. Before Saitama arrives, Beefcake accidentally kills his own brother with a single slap. His brother had dreamed of creating the strongest being on Earth, but his experiment ends in tragedy almost instantly. Saitama finally reaches the battlefield and jumps straight toward Beefcake. Without wasting any time, he throws one normal punch. Just one punch. The massive giant is defeated instantly. Beefcake's enormous body crashes into the city, creating even more destruction after his defeat. Saitama simply watches as the giant falls before continuing on with his day. Later, another strange monster appears. This time it's Mosquito Girl, a powerful creature created by the mysterious House of Evolution. She controls thousands of mosquitoes, draining blood from humans and animals to increase her strength. A young cyborg named Genos arrives to stop her. Unlike Saitama, Genos has incredible technology built into his body. He uses powerful energy blasts, enhanced speed, and mechanical strength to fight Mosquito Girl. At first, Genos gains the upper hand and nearly defeats her. However, Mosquito Girl absorbs enough blood from her swarm to transform into a much stronger form. Her speed and power increase dramatically, and she completely overwhelms Genos. She tears apart his mechanical body and prepares to finish him off. Just before she lands the final blow, Saitama suddenly appears. He has been trying to swat a mosquito the entire episode but couldn't catch it. After seeing Mosquito Girl attack Genos, Saitama casually punches her. She explodes instantly. Genos is completely shocked. He had risked everything in an intense battle, only for Saitama to end it with a single punch. After the fight, Genos asks Saitama to become his master. Saitama refuses at first, saying he has nothing to teach. But Genos refuses to give up and follows him home anyway. While sitting in Saitama's apartment, Genos tells the story of his past. 4 years earlier, a rampaging cyborg destroyed his hometown, killing his family and countless innocent people. Genos survived only because Dr. Kusano rebuilt him into a powerful cyborg. Since then, Genos has dedicated his life to becoming stronger and hunting down the mysterious cyborg responsible for the massacre. Saitama listens to Genos' incredibly long and emotional backstory with a completely bored expression. The contrast between Genos' serious personality and Saitama's laid-back attitude creates one of the funniest moments in the series. Eventually, Saitama gives Genos some unexpected advice. He reveals that his incredible strength didn't come from secret techniques or advanced technology. Instead, he claims he became this powerful through simple training. 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, a 10-kilometer run every single day. He also says he never used the air conditioner, even during hot summers, because it helped strengthen his mind. Genos is left speechless, unable to believe that such an ordinary workout could create someone as powerful as Saitama. The episode ends with Genos officially becoming Saitama's disciple, even though Saitama still doesn't think he's qualified to teach anyone. This episode introduces one of the most important characters in the entire series. Genos becomes Saitama's closest companion and completely changes the lonely life Saitama had been living. It also continues the show's central joke that no matter how powerful the enemy seems, Saitama can always end the fight with a single punch. What did you think about One Punch Man Episode 2? Let me know in the comments, and if you want Episode 3 explained next, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. One Punch Man Episode 3 introduces one of the most important organizations in the entire series, the Hero Association. After Genos becomes Saitama's disciple, he realizes something shocking. Despite being the strongest hero alive, Saitama isn't actually recognized as a hero. So let's break down everything that happens. The episode begins with Genos continuing his training under Saitama. Although Saitama insists he has nothing to teach, Genos faithfully follows everything his master says. He even writes down Saitama's advice in a notebook, believing every word contains the secret to becoming stronger. Genos eventually asks Saitama an important question. Why hasn't he joined the Hero Association? Saitama is confused because he never even knew such an organization existed. Genos explains that the Hero Association officially ranks heroes, pays them for their work, and recognizes their achievements. Without registering, nobody knows that Saitama has been saving cities for years. Realizing he's never received any credit for his heroic actions, Saitama immediately decides to sign up. The two travel to Hero Association headquarters and take the entrance examination. The test has two parts: a written exam and a physical fitness test. Saitama completely struggles with the written portion, while Genos easily answers every question. But once the physical test begins, everything changes. Saitama shatters every record imaginable. He runs faster than anyone in history. He jumps incredible heights. He displays impossible strength, speed, and endurance. Every examiner watching is left speechless. Genos also performs incredibly well thanks to his advanced cybernetic body. After the results are announced, Genos immediately receives an S-class ranking. Because of his overwhelming power and impressive background, the Hero Association recognizes him as one of its strongest heroes from day one. Saitama, however, barely passes the written exam. Even after achieving impossible physical results, his poor written score causes him to be placed all the way down in C class. Saitama is furious. He can't understand how someone capable of defeating any monster with one punch receives the lowest hero rank. Genos tries to explain that the ranking system considers more than physical strength. It also measures knowledge, judgment, and overall performance. Even so, Saitama can't help feeling disappointed. Later, the Hero Association explains the responsibilities of each class. C-class heroes must remain active and regularly complete hero work or risk losing their license. Saitama doesn't really care about rankings. He simply wants to continue helping people whenever he can. Elsewhere, a mysterious monster named Hammerhead launches an attack on the city. Hammerhead leads a group called the Paradisers. They believe nobody should have to work for a living and decide to use violence to achieve their goals. Wearing powerful battle suits stolen from a scientist, the Paradisers begin destroying buildings and attacking civilians. Their first target is Zeniru, one of the richest men in the city. Zeniru survives thanks to his highly trained bodyguards, but the attack attracts the attention of the Hero Association. Several heroes attempt to stop the Paradisers. Unfortunately, the stolen battlesuits make them much stronger than expected. Many heroes are defeated almost instantly. Meanwhile, Genos begins his first official mission as an S-class hero. He quickly tracks down Hammerhead and effortlessly destroys the battlesuits using his powerful incineration cannon. The Paradisers are completely overwhelmed. Hammerhead barely escapes and runs into Saitama by pure coincidence. Believing Saitama is just an ordinary civilian, Hammerhead confidently attacks him. The result is exactly what you'd expect. Saitama defeats Hammerhead with a single punch. The force of the punch completely destroys Hammerhead's battlesuit but somehow leaves him almost completely unharmed. For the first time, Hammerhead realizes how ridiculous Saitama's strength truly is. Instead of finishing him off, Saitama tells Hammerhead to stop making excuses and find honest work. Hammerhead is left speechless and quietly walks away, questioning his own beliefs. The episode ends with both Saitama and Genos officially beginning their lives as professional heroes. Genos starts at the very top as an S-class hero, while Saitama must slowly climb the ranks from C-class despite being the strongest person in the world. This episode introduces one of the funniest running jokes in One Punch Man. Saitama possesses unlimited strength, yet almost nobody recognizes his achievements because of the Hero Association's ranking system. While weaker heroes receive fame and respect, Saitama continues living as an unknown hero simply because he never cared about recognition. What did you think about One Punch Man Episode 3? Let me know in the comments, and if you want Episode 4 explained next, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.